You learned about your team in the first 9 games of Pac-12 play, and what do you hope to learn about them in the second half?
Well, what I learned about them is something that we learned about them even from the summer, that they have tremendous character because they continue to come to practice and battle every day. They battle in the game. But what I also learned about them is they've got to understand how to win and how to close games as well, too.
You did make a move towards a more experienced lineup, particularly the starting lineup. How do you feel about that, and do you see going forward like that?
Actually, I went towards more of a verbal or vocal lineup because I thought our defense, a big problem we were having, we weren't communicating enough. So I just took the guys that talked the most in practice, and it looked like a more veteran lineup. But it was really the guys that gave you more energy, more conversation. So I think that has helped everybody to understand, looking at game tape now, how important it is to communicate on defense, because we're certainly starting to do a much better job of it.
Speaking of defense, obviously it'll help when Valentine's back. Do you have any sort of update on the timeline?
Valentine is a game day decision. We'll see how he responds from practice this week, but it's nice just to have him back out there, have him getting up and down the floor. But he has the green light to play, but I'm going to wait and make that decision at game time.
A lot of metrics show that this team is improved, particularly defensively. Do you feel like this team has improved greatly since last year, and how much tougher is the Pac-12 this year than last year?
Well, there's two things that's happened with this program and everything. Number one, you lost Devontae Lacey, who was an all-conference player. You lost Jordan Raley and Dexter Curtis-Drew, who are both fifth-year seniors. It's just a lot of experience in terms of seeing the conference, seeing the arenas, knowing the players, knowing you're competing against. And then we bring in 7 new players that have to kind of come together as a team and understand how hard this conference is, how hard you need to play night in, night out, how tough it is to win on the road, and face those environments that they've never seen before with that many people in there. So for what we need to deal with this year, it's been a big adjustment for this group. And I'm hoping they can continue to do things better as we hit the second half of the conference run.
Excluding your own players, who's your early favorite for Player of the Year?
Andrew Andrews, because I think he's been phenomenal what he's done with that young team over there. His leadership is outstanding. The way he gets himself to the free throw line, he can control the game. He can win the games for you at the free throw line, or he can win it by hitting a three-point shot for you.
I think Josh only took 5 shots against UCLA. Is that more on him to be more assertive, or is it on the teammates to find him the ball?
We played so poorly. He got in foul trouble. We played poorly against UCLA. We didn't shoot the ball well against UCLA. Nobody shot it well. So it isn't so much about his teammates finding him to get the ball. I just feel like when Josh and Ike did not score, it just knocked the whole team out of whack. Because as they go, we go and everything, and we all know that. So I'm hoping we can get back on track with this game. We haven't had very many bad shooting games. That was a bad shooting game.
Coach, when you're in a losing streak, what do you try to do to keep the team upbeat or even get them kind of out of the funk?
It's not so much we look at it in terms of a losing streak, because we look at it in terms of where we're at and where we need to get to. So there's a lot of individual challenges with the basketball program. I look at Ike Arabu. Look at the year he's having. Look how much he's grown along with Josh. I look at a Connor Clifford when he puts together a really good game. A Robo starting to figure some things out. I look at Val coming back to the party now and maybe giving us that spark we need. So I don't necessarily look at it as a losing streak, as I look at it as what do we need to do to get better and keep big picture in mind with this program.
U of A's coming in. They've lost some close games on the road. What do you need from the team and the fans to keep it close?
Well, we need the fans because we need the energy there, number one. U of A is going to come in here. They're a very physical basketball team. They play with an enormous amount of confidence. They're a good defensive team, and they're a good offensive team. So what we're going to need is a mentality to understand how hard we have to play on a possession-by-possession basis for 40 minutes.
Obviously with Josh in year 1 it was to get his body in shape, but maybe in year 2, what were you hoping to see him improve with his game that's made him become more of a dominant player this year?
I want him to get better defensively, and I still think he has to work in that area. I want him to improve his three-point shooting. I think he's done a good job in that area. Okay?